on the radar from home. Yo, I have a very special guest with me here today. BJRNCK, what up?
What's good?
What's going on? Yo, so I just found something crazy out about you today, and I did not realize it until it was brought to my attention today. But you did the song for this anime that I really fucked with last summer, and I had no idea it was you. And for everybody who's watching, I'm talking about Cannon Busters on Netflix.
Yes, I did do the anime theme song for that, and it's actually crazy because like I feel like 80% of my fan base came from Cannon Busters, which is crazy. Like the show, everybody's like, I love the show, but the theme song though, like it's like everybody's favorite thing. I actually was supposed to do this anime expo like right before
COVID.
Quarantine. Yeah, and then quarantine, and I wasn't able to do it anymore. But hopefully we double back on that.
Yeah, you know, it was so crazy because like I was reading what your people sent to me, and like I was like, okay, I know this, and then I was like, wait, Cannon Busters? I was like, get the fuck out, because like you said, like that, like the show is dope, and it's really special because it's like the first Black created anime I think on Netflix, or maybe in general, I don't know, but the theme song was just hit different. I remember they were like skip intro, and I was like, nah, I'm not skipping this intro.
Everybody says I never skip the intro, and it was great to be a part of that. Like you said, the first Black anime, and the guy who did it was like one of the editors or creators from the Boondocks, which was super dope and cool. Like it was a really great experience.
That's like that. I want to know more about this because like this is really cool to me. How did like you get approached to do like an anime? Or like just an intro song for a TV show.
Random. It was so random, honestly. So these guys that I used to work with, I mean, I still work with them. They would call me for like writing sessions and things like that. They're like, you know, we're working on this TV show, but they never told me. And we like made all these songs. And then like that was one of the songs that we did for the show. They never really showed me anything about the show. They were just like, it's just an anime and blah, blah, blah. Kind of told me here and there. And then they showed me like the actual intro for it. And I'm like, that is so dope. And I just kind of, I've never watched anime ever in my life, to be honest. But that was the first anime that I actually watched and I liked it. And then I could never skip the intro.
Yeah, like I'm not a big anime person. Like I tiptoe, like I put my feet in the water here and there when it comes to anime. But like I remember when I saw that, because like it was just all over my feed. It was like, oh, the first Black created anime, and I was like, oh, and I like the concept of it. And I remember when I started it, I was like, this song hit different. When I was looking at your videos earlier, or like I was listening to the song earlier, I remember the comments were like, yo, we need a full version. Yo, we need more. And then
they're actually getting ready to. We're putting together a soundtrack for it.
So that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that because I actually went into a deep hole after I heard it, and I was like, I want season 2 so bad. And I was like, why isn't there a season 2? It's like a year and a half later, but that's really cool that you guys are like working on some more with that.
Yes.
So enough about anime. I'm going to put that to the side now because I feel like I spent too much time on it and I nerded out a little bit. So you got a new single out, Real, featuring Boogie. Super dope. Talk to me a little bit about the record and like, you know, I know you got an EP coming up soon. Talk to me about the record and everything you've kind of like been working on this summer.
Well, this summer, wow. I've been low-key working on my project for like 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And this is that Real was my first official single I've ever dropped. Like I've been doing music for so long, since I was like, I don't even know. I grew up in the church from Chicago, came here. And I've been doing music forever, but I never really like put any music out like on platforms, on all streaming platforms. I would do SoundCloud stuff here and there, but this was like the first song that we actually, I put out with the deal, with Hitco. And it was just a big moment for me altogether. And at the same time was able to do it with my boyfriend, which was super cool because, you know, he was able to be a part of that. And it was just a great moment. The record, I low-key, it was during quarantine when we made it. I made it in LA, and then I had to finish like the second verse like on FaceTime with my producer Ish, and like we finished it over FaceTime and stuff. And then he ended up getting he was just supposed to be in the video, actually. He flew to Chicago, was just supposed to be in the video, and then while we were there, like the video was the next day, ended up putting a verse on it, and then it kind of just made sense after that.
It all just kind of like worked out together.
Yeah.
So has it like, so you just mentioned that that you finished the verse while on FaceTime with your producer. So that kind of leads into something I was going to ask later, but I think now is an appropriate time. How has it been? Because every artist I talk to has like a different experience when making music during this time. whether it be like doing FaceTime music videos, whether it be doing virtual concerts. What has been like, I guess, your experience with making music during COVID, and even like, you know, with the fact that you've been working on the EP for 2 years now?
Well, yeah, I guess it was a little different because like my production company is in Chicago. So like before I was really bi-coastal like a lot. And so we kind of just had to figure out a way to, you know, consolidate the traveling and not, you know, just be crazy and out here trying to give people the Rona, you know? So yeah, we basically started doing this FaceTime thing, me and my producer. She also writes and stuff as well. And honestly, I don't know why, but when I'm in the studio, it takes so many hours, I feel like, to do one song. On FaceTime, we'd finish writing a song in like an hour, if that, 30 minutes. Like, it just would come faster. I don't know what it was about the FaceTime or the phone thing, but it just came out a lot easier. I found it to be really effective, to be honest. It hasn't been a difference for me, to be honest. I think it was low-key for the better.
So like like your experience during COVID has been like kind of positive when it comes to music making.
Yeah, it has been. Honestly, it has been. And then even like you were saying with videos and stuff like that, I mean, I think it's made people a lot more creative. Like, you can't just do regular and basic stuff. Like, you have to think outside the box because you only have so many resources now. It's like, okay, I have to be in my home. Like Kaylani, she's like, okay, cool. I'm going to do my album cover at home. I'm going to do these videos on home and get all these people to send in. Like, it makes you so much more creative. And I think that, and like a lot of artists were able to be more hands-on with their creativity rather than, you know, the label saying, okay, we're going to get this stylist and get this and this. It's like, no, you're going to do your own makeup. You're going to, you know, do your own video. And I think that was super dope, honestly.
No, that's good that you had a good experience, because, you know, like, you know, like I said, like people have had like different I don't know, like they've had like good and bad experiences. Like some people might find it annoying that they have to like FaceTime with their producer, but like that's cool that that you like had like that positive experience with them.
Yeah.
And you know what I also found out is cool, and I also learned about you earlier, is that you also experience you also auditioned for American Idol and The Voice at some point in time, right?
Yes. When I was like, how old was I? I think I was like 13, 14. I auditioned for The Voice. American Idol came later because they saw me at The Voice auditions and they were like, oh, can you come here? So anyways, The Voice, I made it to all the rounds. Like, I made it through everything. It's like so many more rounds before you get to the actual thing. And, you know, I made it through all these pieces, and then at the time I had like braces. I was a kid. And
Wait, what year was this? I need to know, like, was this like OG American Idol?
No, not OG American Idol. This was like low-key the beginning of The Voice, though. It was like the beginning. And so anyways, I had braces and stuff, and I'm like, okay. They're like, okay, here's the contract. And at the time, I probably should have did it because I probably would have been like, had at least, you know, a decent amount of money, could have did my own thing. But I was just like, I don't know, Mom. It's like, it was like 7 years. It was like some craziness. It wasn't that crazy, but because they are giving you this big platform. But I just was like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. I don't think I should do it. And then after that, American Idol hit me up, and I went to audition for that. But I don't know. I thought I was like too cool for school. I didn't even practice the song that I was singing. They didn't even call me. American Idol didn't even call me back because I bombed the audition. I bombed that audition. The Voice, I was like prepared. I wanted to do it. The American Idol, I was just trash.
I'm always interested to hear like the stories of people who've done, because I had a friend who did America's Got Talent. And he got pretty far in America's Got Talent because he was singing like old school Frank Sinatra, and that was like his thing. So like it's kind of cool to like meet people like yourself and like kind of see like, because obviously I know like American Idol and like The Voice have like, there's like 10 rounds before you actually get to like anything on TV. So it's always interesting to hear like people's different experiences with those shows, because it's just always so different. Because like you might have somebody who made it like to Hollywood, or then someone who made it past a couple rounds, and then, you know, signing the contracts and all this stuff. It's always such a crazy thing to hear, because you see what's on TV and you think that's it, but meanwhile there's like all this other stuff and like
stuff you have to do before. And then like, you know, when people think like this stuff is staged with the people singing crazy, it is not staged. Like, they'll put you in like this group, like it'll be like, not a focus group, but it'll be like 10 of you guys, and you guys sit in there, and then they'll, you know, have everybody go around and sing, and then they'll tell you afterwards who stays and who gets to go home, basically. And there are people that were singing, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I thought that was just like staged. I thought people were joking like on TV, but people really really try to come show some
Nah,
talent.
people be dead ass, and then they're like, you sound horrible. You're going on TV.
Exactly, they love it. It's funny.
Because they can't just farm all the good people. Like it's good people, but you need people to rip into on TV, which is kind of fucked up at the same time.
Yeah, but it makes the show, it gives them publicity too, because I'm sure, some even like, what was the guy's name, Pants on the Ground, looking like a fool on American Idol or whatever, and his song low-key became big. Like, so it can work out in your favor.
Or like that Asian guy, I forgot what his song was, but there was that Asian guy in like the first 2 or 3 seasons of American Idol who like went on and everybody was like laughing at him, and then he did like a viral video, and it was like one of the first, I guess, viral videos of the early 2000s, and it was just such a, and it was like, oh wow, this guy was like sings horribly, but he's got a viral video now. He probably has he's probably chilling in some mansion out somewhere, like with all of his money he made back then.
Exactly.
I think that's so funny. And you also have I saw you recently launched a clothing brand too, right?
Yes. I just released, we're just having a meeting for our next launch. It's called Shades, the brand.
Very dope.
My friend did it. It's for women by women. I just kind of wanted to do something super, I don't know, sleek and sexy that, women can feel comfortable in, because it's like, so especially during bathing suit season, like they're so uncomfortable, the strings and stuff like that. So far, the reviews I've gotten is that it's the most comfortable bathing suit. So
dope.
We're off to a good start. I mean, after our first sales, we like sold more than half of our stuff. So it's pretty successful.
No, that's dope, because now you got like the multiple streams of income, as well as like,
that's definitely a big thing. Like I advise all artists to just have multiple streams of income. Obviously have music if that's what you're doing, your main focus, and like, what you do most of the time, which is why it's cool kind of to have a partner, someone who is focused on that. But it's like, okay, I come in and give my ideas here and there, but having multiple incomes of revenue, and they all somehow come back to the middle. Like I've used in the real video, like one of the outfits that I wore was from my Shades, so it kind of like all ties in together.
And so you're from Chicago, and I've on it, like, it's been a little weird. Like I've had a lot of interviews with people from Chicago recently. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I'm cool with it, because like I love all the artists that have been coming out, and I love this like movement that Chicago's having. Are you still kind of like, I know you're in LA right now, but are you still kind of like tapped in with like the music scene in Chicago and what's going on?
For sure. I'm definitely tapped in. I like before quarantine, I literally would be in Chicago once a month. Like it's like low key, I was bi-coastal. Like I had a place out there and here. So I was there for 2 weeks, and then I'll be here for 2 weeks, and like kind of just going back and forth so that I could record a lot. But like at the studio that I work with out there, ATS, I mean, everybody records there, from her to Dirk to everybody was like kind of just coming in. So I'm kind of pretty close with a lot of the people from the music scene out there.
Who from Chicago, I guess, like, because, it's normally this is a question I would ask New York people, because, I obviously talk to a lot of New York people being based in New York, but since I've been talking to so many Chicago artists lately, like who from Chicago, I guess, should we be on the lookout for?
Man, on the lookout? It's this artist. His name is Jock.
Okay.
Singer. He's super dope. He just dropped his first single. What was it called? Body.
Body.
And it's super dope. Yeah, he's one of my close friends. He's super dope. And it's like, it's refreshing to hear, like, I love guy singers. I don't know. It's just the darker tone of it. Like, I don't know something about it. Anyways, it's hard to find guys who are actually good at singing and like good at doing the rap piece, because everybody's singing now. Like rappers are singing. I was like watching the Double XL thing, the freestyle thing. I'm like, all of them are singing. Like they're all, it's like they're rapping, but it's still like some melody stuff. So, but he can actually sing. So his name's Jock. Yeah, Jock Official Music, I think, on Instagram.
Jock Official Music. All right, I'll be on the lookout, because I gotta ask, because I've been like I talked to Little Dirk's signee, Boogie 600 from Only the Family, Rocky Fresh, Trench Mob, Sprado, and it's just been kind of cool, because everybody I've talked to, including yourself, are all from these different type of lanes in Chicago music. You know what I'm saying? Like, like Boogie 600 is obviously with Dirk and Only the Family. Trench Mob is quite literally in the trenches. And then Sprado's doing his own thing with like his melodic wave of music, and obviously now you with the singing, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like Chicago is super trap right now, but R&B is making a comeback in Chicago. Like obviously like between, I mean, shit, R. Kelly, like a lot of artists, like R&B was super heavy in Chicago. Even on the radio, like all they play is R&B, but we've never really had like in recent years any artists come out of there that are like singers or, you know, doing R&B. So I think it's coming out more. It's the light is being shined on it as well.
And it's super dope because I've said that like Chicago's having like a movement right now that's kind of like similar to what's going on in New York, where there's just like a lot of artists that are booming and coming up together at the same time. And I think that's really great for the city, even though, you know, it's stuck during quarantine. It's still cool to see all of y'all kind of like winning in your own respective bubbles of the Chicago music scene.
Exactly. And no one's bumping heads. So it kind of just works out. Everybody got their own lane and doing their own thing.
Yeah, which I really fuck with, because obviously, you know, you don't want to beef with people from your city, because that's just, you know, that's dumb.
Yeah, we should be helping each other out.
Exactly. So you got a new single coming out on the 18th. What can you tell me a little bit about it? Like, you know, is there anybody else on it? Is it just you? Like, what we doing with this new single?
Yeah, it's just me.
Okay.
And there's gonna be a video with it.
Nice.
And all my videos, like the same thing with my producer, we like creative direct everything, and it's super personal. It is a personal song, but it's super sexy. Like the real song was kind of very vulnerable and sweet and sensitive. This one's kind of showing my little dark side a little bit, and I dance in the video, and it's just really sexy. I think all the females are gonna love it because females love to feel sexy. So I'm hoping when they watch the video, they'll be like, oh, let me go put on my heels and get cute. So
I thought you was about to say, ooh, let me go buy some of your clothing brands, some of shades.
Right, that too. Let me go buy some shades and put on these heels.
Yo, I love that. So we got the new single out September 18th, EP possibly dropping this year. What else do the people got to know that you got coming up, or, you know, you got in the works? Anything else?
Man, I really just the EP. I'm hoping it will be coming up this year. It's COVID, so I wish I could promote some shows or anything like that. I know,
it sucks.
But yeah, the EP should definitely be coming out this year. I'm having some cool features on it. I actually got a dope feature from a girl who's on the same label as me. She's a rapper, and I can't say the name yet.
It's okay.
It's a pretty big name, and the project is called Love Language. So I'm super excited. It's pretty much just about, you know, in the relationships, how, you know, as you change as different people, and if your person can basically be with you through these different phases.
Amazing. I'm looking forward to that, and it was so great chopping it up with you today. I think it's I'm still like really like, I think it's so funny about the Cannon Busters thing and the American Idol. And I feel like this was such like a refreshing COVID conversation. So I want to thank you for being here with me today. Let the people know where they can follow you at. Anything else you want to plug in, now is the time to do it. So yeah.
Thank you so much for having me again, for real, seriously. It's like one of my first interviews since I dropped my projects. I mean, since I dropped the single. So hey.
Oh shit. Well, I'm happy. Hey, I'm happy to be here, man. I'm happy that you had time today and we could do this.
That's lit. Well, you guys can find me on any social platform, and also YouTube, all of that, Apple Music, at BJRNCK. I know you guys are probably like, what the hell does that mean, or how do you even say it? But it's BJRNCK. Get to know it, get to love it, and yeah, thank you.
Boom, there it is. Remember, BJRNCK, guys. All right, don't run up to her in person and say it wrong. All right. Hey, thank you again for today, man. It's BJRNCK on the radar.
Period. Thank you.